When most of us get into the industry as an insurance producer, we're taught to do coverage analysis. We're taught to sell ourselves. We're taught to sell our agency, but there's not a lot of information about what that looks like. So this video is about what do customers actually buy and how do we make them feel like they're getting to a better place? Let's get into it. Goal of sales is to get people to move into a better position. And what's really challenging about insurance is it's a product that they can't touch, they can't see it, they can't go show it off to their friends. No one really cares about it. For a lot of people, it's a policy that it's a piece of paper they're going to slide into a drawer and not look at. Now, for people that run larger businesses that have consistent claims, they are going to use it and they are going to feel a difference. And you can really dive into different parts of the claims management and claims reduction to make a big difference. It becomes much more tangible. But for some people, they're buying a piece of paper that they're going to slide into a drawer. So, how do you get people through the process? How do you identify a pain that they're going to feel so acutely that they're going to want to move into another situation? There's three different pain buckets that people feel when they're buying insurance. It's affordability, they want to pay less, they want comprehensive coverage, and then they want a trustworthy solution, right? They want a trustworthy broker. Those are the three things you can really dive into to make a difference. Now, a key challenge with those three pain buckets, affordability, comprehensive coverage, and trustworthiness, most people only talk about price and coverage. They talk about affordability and comprehensive of the solution, which, if you're going back to the idea that this is a piece of paper that somebody slides into a drawer, that's the part that people care about the least. Has the least impact on their day-to-day lives. You have to get into the trustworthiness in order to really move the needle with an insurance buyer. They have to feel like you are the ideal solution. You're the ideal broker that's going to represent them to the marketplace. So, how do you do that? How do you build trust with a prospective client and with your client? Well, the answer to that is you have to have some kind of solution in place that is totally transparent about how you're going to do your work, that is going to drive consistent results for the client. And usually, what we're doing is we're tying that back into how are we going to make your product more affordable and how are we going to make your product more comprehensive so you can sleep well at night, you can have better product profit margins, you can have a competitive advantage on your competitors, and you can make more money. Because if we are successful as insurance brokers in helping them navigate the insurance marketplace by managing their risk, helping them make their operations more efficient, we are going to help our clients make more money. We are going to help them dominate in their marketplace by sharing the things that we know about what can go wrong in their operation. So, how do you do that? How do you pull back the curtain? First, you show them how to get the best deal. A lot of times for people, this means choosing one broker so that they can get access to the key products. Somebody can show them what those key products are and how to get their attention. Two, we need to show them how to get an underwriter's attention. And as salespeople, we kind of know that one of the first questions we get from an underwriter is, do you control this account? And if you don't control this account, it feels like you're getting ghosted. So we have to help people understand that if you want to get the attention of an underwriter, you need to make sure the underwriter knows the person you're sending to talk to them is very serious. And then that's where you can dig into the risk management, because after that, once the underwriter knows they're dealing with a serious broker, now they really want to understand the business and they want to understand the components of it. That's when risk management means the most, because if a business does not have the appropriate risk management protocols in place, it's going to impact the affordability of their product, and it's going to impact how comprehensive that product can be. This is how you can tie all those value added resources that your agency provides, that your companies provide back into what matters to the customer. What matters to them is that they can buy an affordable product that is comprehensive. And the way they trust you as a broker is if you show them how to do that. So what so, for example, me as a broker working with social services, I know that here in 2025, one of the biggest trends is there's an increase in sexual abuse claims. And so, what companies are doing is they are locking down on making sure companies have the appropriate abuse controls in place. They want to see that it's got key criteria about identifying and training and reporting. And how are you going to manage the press and stakeholders so that if that type of event happens, the customer has a plan to deal with it. From an underwriting perspective, more and more, if the underwriter doesn't see that plan in place, they're simply not going to offer the coverage limits. They're not going, maybe won't even offer the coverage at all, or they're going to make it dreadfully expensive. And that's what the customer cares about. They want the coverage limits and they want it to be affordable, which means they have to do this. So we're going back to how to sell the product and how to create transparency. We talk about how they get what they want out of the process by using these tools at their disposal. And the thing is, since most brokers are only talking about how to beat the cost down and get better coverage limits, but not how to do it, you automatically separate yourself from the competition. And that's why it's so important. All right. I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. If you've got questions, drop them in the comments. I look at everything. I love hearing from you. It gives me ideas on what to talk about next. If if it was helpful, hit like and subscribe. It helps other people like you find the content. You can always find me on LinkedIn too. I post there all the time. And as always, thank you so much for watching and please go build something great.